Have you been wanting to play Anarchy Online 24 years after launch? Well, I can help you get your feet wet a little here with this video. I'm gonna be running through a lot of the basics. Normally I've been playing Project Rubica. I haven't done any live stuff, but this is on the official Funcom server. Since I've seen some videos of more prominent YouTubers playing this game and not understanding some of the core concepts. So I'll run through some here. I'll get this pretty quickly here. There's some breeds here you pick from. This is like right after you log in. I'm gonna pick Solitus male because it's just the basic guy who has no real advantages. He's generally who you want if you don't know what you want to be.
Please choose your appearance.
I'm gonna give him a funky head. I don't know. Sure, this guy, yeah. I make him big and fat.
Please select a profession.
Now, the profession choice is pretty critical, but for this, if you have no idea what you're doing,
Martial artist.
you probably
selected.
want to be a martial artist. The only other one you might want to be is an adventurer.
Selected.
But I think martial artist is easier
Martial
because you don't
artist
have to find
selected.
weapons.
Please name your character.
And he's gonna be a big fat dummy. Or a big dat dummy, yeah. Oh, he's already in use. Make him a big dat dummy then. And we should get transferred into a Elite Landing. This is the starting location of the current live server if you're on a free account. We get dropped into the, hey, do you want to pay money for stuff menu? You don't have to buy any of this stuff. It's just, I don't know. And also, alright. A bad gateway. First off, the UI is something that everyone sets up and they have their own kind of way of doing it. I have a GUI file saved on my computer and I can swap it in whenever I want to give me like a basic setup. I'm not gonna do that for this though, just to make it more genuine. I am gonna turn on the music. So you have your basic controls, your mouse right click will move your character around like that, and the normal WASD. And you got your three most important bars up here. Some people like to put these in the middle. I personally like having them up in the corner. The red is the health, the blue is the nano, which can be equated to like mana or I don't know, rage from like WoW or something. Not really rage, but it's your extra bar that you have to use abilities, or nanos in this case, spells. It gives you a basic, like, taskbar up here with some stuff on it. The only one of this you really kind of want to keep is the /follow, because it's kind of hard to remake, so I'll usually put that on another bar up here. The rest of the start combat is automatically bound to Q. Walk, I'm not sure what it's bound to, but you never need it, so I just take it off. Sit is bound to X. That's very important. You move this. This is your health bar. It'll get fatter once you get more health. You got some windows down here that tell you, like, text communications. And you want to open your inventory. You can do this with either I or pressing this button in the bottom left. I usually like to put it somewhere over on the right. It doesn't really matter as long as it's not like obstructing your view. You'll notice you have some items in here. Right click on this or left click on this eye. You can open this menu, and usually what I like to do is put this on unsorted so things will automatically like get back into the top. If you turn this off, you can drop items. Oh wait. Yeah. Don't auto arrange. You can like drop items wherever you want. And you can drag this around to make it giant or whatever. I like keeping it as is. The things in your inventory you want to keep track of most is your health packs. And to use the box one, the health and nano recharger, you have to be sitting on the ground. And you actually can't use it right off the bat, at least not as this character, the starting build. It says your first aid is not high enough, your achievement's not high enough. That's in your skills, you get to that later. You start out with some other items here. Some of them are important, some of them not so much. They depend on what class you are. The martial artist starts with the bow, which is not particularly useful, and the oak bow, which is like a staff. This is okay. Everyone starts with these. If you want to equip them, you just right-click and they'll automatically put on in the relevant slots. You can see they've been equipped on our character. And if you go into the wear window up here, it will be under cloth. You can see it's equipped. And it adds some ACs, which will, it's like armor, will reduce how much damage you take. This one is kind of a special item. It's a colonist survival pack, and it's a backpack. You can open it, but you can also wear it on your back. There's a belt here. This one's also kind of an important item. It goes into your deck slot. I can't equip it right now because my computer literacy is too low. That's fine. It'll enable some stuff later on that's important. This is a nano crystal. These are pretty important. They usually have some kind of requirement. You can view this window by just clicking on an item. Apparently my nano skills were high enough to use that right away. I'm guessing this is the one that will raise your treatment and first aid, which is very important. You can see here modifier on target. You can cast this on anybody if you want, so you can be like myself, or this other guy up here, Big, was that Ridgenite? You can be like, hey, I want to cast this on you. You can do that. Alright. Also got this other nano. I believe this is specific to martial artists. I might be able to cast it right away. I can. It will modify add damage, so it will increase my melee damage. Anyway, that's the most of the basics down. Oh, yeah, I want to get into the skill window. For this, I mostly recommend early on, just press the suggested IP distribution and it will handle most of things for you. I'm gonna check in here just in case I goofed with these any. There is a file you can change how this behaves, but by default it should give you something roughly like this, where it buffs your stats, then click save changes, and now you're immediately stronger man. And I should be able to sit down and use these health packs now, which will regain my health to full. Now, for the first task in this game, you're you gotta figure out on your own to talk to this guy, or I guess, what does this say? Missions. Control 4 will open the missions window. Ah, yes. Missions. This zone is kind of unique in that it holds your hand through most of the zone. So you'll talk to this guy, he'll tell you some stuff, and eventually he'll give me a quest to kill 5 malfunctioning robots. These are these guys in the ground. I'm gonna equip this nano or use it on myself. I'm gonna equip the worn oak bow. If you right click on something, it will try to automatically put it in a valid slot. Sometimes that's okay, sometimes it's not always what you want. Instead, you can click and left click it in there. For right now, hold up, this music's getting on me. For right now, the worn oak bow, I think, is an upgrade over just hitting things with your hands, but eventually it won't be. But it won't be for a while. You don't have to worry about it. If I wanted to, I could just go around and hit things with my fists, and it'd probably be fine. I did that by pressing Q. I could also... Oh, this guy's gonna kill him. Look at him go. Also, I looted that guy by right-clicking on his corpse. There's another one over here. There's probably another way to loot things. There's a key somewhere. But I just always right-click. It's the thing I can't loot it because I wasn't the one who killed it. If I wanted to, I could press 1 or just click on the start combat button and it would start combat. And I'm gonna go through the old song and dance here. There's actually a lot of malfunctioning robots. A lot of times there's only one available. It's kind of annoying, but it seems like this playfield's been reset recently. Anyway, it's gonna want me to open the cargo box. Is the next part of the quest. Right-click the cargo box, and it did something. I think it spawned those cleaning robots. Yep, he's gonna tell me to go talk to somebody else. Alright. I could stay here and farm for a while and get pretty strong. I'm not gonna do that for the sake of the video. Just to speed things along a little. Alright. You're gonna tell me to talk to Marcus Stone, which is this guy right here. He's facing the wrong way. Yeah, he's gonna give me a fire extinguisher. And he wants me to extinguish the gas fire, which I'm assuming are these things. You have to click and then left click, I believe? Yes. I don't do this startup very often. Yeah, he wants his fire extinguisher back. And he gave me an item. Now these items that you get from quests, this one's no drop and unique. No drop means it can't be traded and it can't be sold. And you usually want to hang on to them, especially for the startup area. And I kind of know my way around here. That place up there is kind of a dead end. You don't want to go up there unless you're doing that guy's follow-up quest. It would take a long walk down here. And talk to Flint and Novak. I'm Big Dat Dummy. Yep, that's me. What is this guy? He's gonna tell me to find a bioanalyzing computer over here. But you can tell that's actually a kill quest. It's very hard to see in that little icon. But that's the kill target. And you can see here, mission objective: kill 7 robots in the junkyard, which is this area right here. Sometimes I've in the past forgotten there's an entrance right here to the junkyard and just gone all the way around, because you can jump over these and sneak through there if you want. But I'm gonna take the long way and just kill these guys. Another fig part. If you want to enable some attack actions, you can go to actions, this little radar icon, go to attack actions, and then hold left click, and then you'll have this icon on your mouse, and you can drop it on your hotbar. I recommend putting it pretty early on in your hotbar because you'll be hitting it very often. Oh, it respawned right there. Looks like I got some loot on this guy. I'm just gonna loot all of it for now. Generally, if you don't know what the loot is, you want to just grab as much as you can. You can always sell it later unless it's no drop, and if it's no drop, you can just delete it. But I often find it's better to pick things up to have it later, but then to not have it now, or whatever. However that saying goes. You see some of these are armor pieces, I'll worry with that later. Oh, I leveled up. You click on this, it'll immediately bring up this improvement points page. You can also just press U, and it'll do the same. I'm going to press suggested IP distribution and click save, and that's all I have to do. Something that will save you probably a lot of time. You can drag these mana rechargers or the health rechargers onto the hotbar. And then you can use them as you would brawl. So you can sit down, press 2, and it will use it. You can also click on it as well to use it. Sometimes I'll click on these items that are further on the hotbar because I don't want to reach my hand over the keyboard like that. I have to kill a decent amount of robots here. The brawl just does, it's like an extra hit basically. Ooh. Alright, this guy dropped some good loot. This guy right here, he's a Dynaboss. He's significantly stronger than most of the enemies around here, and he's got that glow on him. Garbage flea. Some of the enemies will just attack you on sight if they're within your level range. You gotta be wary of it. The reason you want to kill these guys, though, is because they drop a bunch of, like, loot that only Dynabosses drop. And they have, like, common loot pool stuff you can sell as well. So it's a money-making venture. I'm trying to avoid those garbage fleas. Anyway. I know where the quest giver is in this case. Oh, I'm getting bounced around. Can I get over this piece? There we go. Yeah, there's another Dynaboss up here. The Supreme Collector of Waste. Sometimes they have random names. Sometimes they do not. This one. Uh-oh. I think it's been dragged out, but that's kind of an issue. Normally it hides in that building over there, but it's been pulled out by somebody. You stay out of its radius, it won't hurt you. Anyway. This is the next quest giver in this line. Yes, they want the bio analyzing computer, this thingy. Yeah, you don't actually have to finish a lot of the conversations with people. Sometimes it's important. Sometimes it's not so much. I kind of know which ones are. This weapon is kind of a... not weapon. This item is kind of a special item. You can use it, and it'll give you a quest. It'll give you the shiny sword quest, and it's... I believe it's a quest to give you the... composite nano expertise, which is pretty important. Want me to do the surveillance uplink. Target surveillance droid and right click. Oh, yeah, you can see up here on the I've kind of like know where everything is in this area. You can see up here on the compass, this will point you to wherever this this mission is selected with that little yellow dot. If they don't have a specific location, then it won't give you the option. But if I had another quest, I could like switch it, and it would switch where this compass is pointing. Anyway. kind of have to like look around on your own a little bit, but I already know it's right here. Does it actually say? Look into the video feed of one of Desmond Calitri. That's this guy. Surveillance droids. I mean, huh? I'm cutting ahead a little bit here. Yeah, these are the surveillance droids. Whoops. You right click with them selected and it'll continue the quest line. You want me to plant a bug. Place a remote audio device. Yeah, it kind of just points you where you need to go on the compass. If I move past here, you'll see it's this plant. I think you right click it onto this. Yep. You can also talk to this guy and it'll give you some quests, but I'll leave it up to you if you want to do that or not. They have a pretty good reward, but it's not like absolutely critical to your character. It makes it a little easier getting off the ground though. Alright, they want me to deliver the rebuilt something or another. Yeah, you want to see this, don't you? Give item. Alright. They want me to kill somebody. Kill the knee breaker. Follow the compass up here. Leveled up, just pop this. I should be strong enough to kill this guy. Hopefully. Oh yeah. He's gonna spawn some bruisers. They're not really gonna do a whole lot. And you can just kind of run away from them. Or tell me to report to Alex. Alright. Yeah, you don't gotta worry about him anymore. He's gonna give me another quest to make a trade skill item. You don't have to do it, and the game forces other trade skill quests on you later on anyway, so I'm not gonna do it here. Anyway, the next quest is to talk to Stan Goodman, which is in the shopping center over here. By the way, you can strafe like this by holding right mouse and pressing A and D, I believe. You can strafe. You can also kind of do like a diagonal run with that as well. Yep, I heard you can give me another quest. Alright, they want me to buy a lockpick. This is the quest, teach you how to shop, I guess. Okay. The compass has in here. Yeah. There's another man here. ICC tech supplies. Yeah, it wants me to buy the vacuum pack lockpick. There's some other stuff in here. Don't really need any of it. You right click it to pop the vacuum pack and you get the regular lockpick. Once you get out of this tutorial zone, you'll just buy regular lockpicks, although you only really need one. This is not like a consumable item. What's the next part? They want me to take the contents of the strong box. Okay. So, if I were to just... Okay. Yes, this is correct. Yeah, they want me to sneak into here, I believe. Concealment. This, you'll probably never do again in the rest of the game unless you are playing an agent. And you're probably not going to be doing that in your first couple of characters. But it forces you to go to the tutorial, And it says to press H. And then you'll do this kind of like funny crouch walk. And this robotic dog won't see you. The important thing here is that you can't open this container unless you're not in combat. And this dog will aggro you on sight, as you can see. You won't really do any damage, but you can't kill him, as far as I know. Alright. You must be to deliver Antonio's adapter. Also got a very short lease radius, so I'll go back if you walk a little bits away. You want to talk to this guy again. And this is kind of, they don't tell you that much. I guess they give you the items, the nanotransmitter. Just kind of give you an item dump here of all the quest items that you picked up so far. The blank info chip, the encryption something or another, and the thing we just stole. And he's gonna give me 2 quests. This one is pretty important. It's not absolutely critical, but I would strongly suggest that you do it. It's over here in the nano store. This is kind of a simplified version of a nano store. To open a store like this, it's like a person, a vendor. You gotta press shopping cart. And you gotta buy the version of the nano program container that's specific to your profession. It doesn't stop you from buying other professions' nano programming containers, but you don't want them because they're gonna be useless to you. Yes, martial artist. That's what I want. And then just right click to use. And it spawned a bunch of nanos in my inventory. And I could go through and activate some of these, I guess. If I had the skills to use them. This one's kind of important. Lesser controlled rage. So for a martial artist, just raising your martial arts skill will raise your attack damage. So that's pretty important. I'll put that on myself. It's kind of a thing unique to martial artists. But it's what makes them so easy to play as well. You don't have to look for weapons or anytime. Alright, I heard you might be able to progress the quest line. Now I'm going to find the thief. Conveniently, it's marked on the map. Cough for a second. If you were to follow this, I kind of know where this is. You want to go in the underground section here. It might tell you, actually. Yeah, it tells you in the underground. If you were to follow this above ground, you wouldn't be able to find it. I believe it's down this alley. You may want to search down that other alley as well to find something pretty valuable. But it's not absolutely critical. It looks like someone's dragged this Dinobus further up ahead. Normally it's camping this corpse up here. That's how you do right click. You could run through and kill all these guys, and that's probably the safer way of doing it. But I'm just gonna run through and probably die. Uh-oh. That one respawned. Okay. You can use these, the health and nano stems, you can use them while you're in combat. By right-clicking them on your inventory. You can drag them up to your bar up here, like you would the sit-down rechargers. Which I'll use one right now. Oh, I'm still in combat. They'll find their way back eventually. Or maybe this guy will come up here and chase me. Oh, I think he's turned around. We deliver the DNA locked armor. I found your stolen item. Yep. There you go. Alright, this next part is the part of the quest line I find new players struggling the most. I see a lot of players kind of like sitting around these terminals. Oh wait, that's the next part. This part's not so bad. Yeah, he's gonna tell me well, what is it? What he really wants you to do. And you kind of have to do it in the specific timing of this quest line. I guess you can back out of this and then be like, hey, I'll talk to you now. Anyway, he wants me to combine the hacking tool with this item here. You can do it by shift right clicking on it, or with the trade skill kit. I believe this will be the source, and this will be the target. This will tell you kind of like a more clear idea of what you're building before you build it. Yeah, you can even shift click on it and it'll tell you what it'll get you. Anyway, I put it back in there. I'll build it. That's what he wants me to do. Yep, I was able to hack the device. If you do it in that conversation, sometimes he'll get mad at you and you have to reopen the conversation. Or something, I don't know. Yep, it's highly legal. Yeah, you can also equip this item and it'll boost your trade skills. These all look like trade skills to me. But I can't right now. Pop this level. Yes, I believe it's up here. Yep. This is how hacking works in real life too. You just apply hacker tool. Just that easy. Yeah, this item's a hacker tool. You probably won't use it beyond this one quest, but it is a tool. So I usually keep it in my bank just in case, because there's a couple oddball recipes that use it. And run my big ass back to Hacker Man's. It's in here, yeah. Let's get up on his counter. I've returned. Yep. Wait, what am I giving him? An ID chip. The unprogrammed ID chip. Okay. And okay. Now this is the hardest part, I think, of the startup quest, because it involves a lot of trade skilling and shopping these implant terminals. Anyway, Dr. Shithead here. Yeah, you're gonna help me. I'll come back when I'm done in 1,000 years. Alright. Out of inventory space. He wants me to assemble an implant. This is generally something you won't do unless you're playing a trade skiller class. You just do it in this quest line because, I don't know, game design. They want me to buy a basic leg from the ICC basic basic implants vending shop. There's a couple ways you can sort this similar to your inventory. It's usually best to keep it by name for now, You're doing these implant shopping. You want to buy a leg implant. In this instance, you just want to buy the cheapest of everything you can. Basic leg. Next, they want me to buy a agility cluster from, I believe that's the shiny terminal. Which shiny is like the high end, the most expensive ones. They give you the biggest buff. Agility A. You just sort of by alphabet so you can kind of get a gauge of where you're at. You want to buy the cheapest one. And then I use the trade skill kit. Does this go here? It does. And you can bind them this way, or you can click on the cluster and then shift right click onto the leg implant, and it'll just make it. It has to be done in this specific order. It cannot, you can't like buy a cluster from here and then one from here and there. Yeah, it has to be do it like in this specific order, otherwise the quest will break or it won't complete. Yeah, they want stamina. Looking for an S. Yep, stamina, leg. Shift right click it on there. What's the next one? Max health cluster. Faded on the leg. I'm looking for an M. There it is, I saw it. Max health. Faded leg. So the point of these implants is they give you buffs to your stats, like your skills. These are kind of like generic buffs that are good for basically every class. And they go in this implants tab up here. Alright. Now he wants me to give him the implant. Then he wants me to install it. So I need to right click on the automated surgery clinic. They don't normally look like this outside of the starter zone. You can see this kind of changed a little bit, but that's okay. You just right click it and it'll automatically put it on your legs. Yep, I installed it. Alright, he wants me to give him the blank chip and the other item I got. Yeah, this red pills. I don't know what they're called. This is the last piece of the mandatory quest line for the, well, not mandatory. This whole quest line is actually optional. You can, it's a way to like skip through this and just go right to the exit. But you generally don't want to do that. You get a lot of nice items by doing this startup quest. Alright, they want me to talk to the bartender. Yep, I'll help you. They want me to capture... I don't understand how this name's pronounced. Loreley? Whatever. Anyway, I know in advance. I wonder if it tells you. Huh. Yeah, I think normally what you do, you go out to the REIT and talk to it, and it'll be like, I want cracker. But I kind of know that because I have prior knowledge. You want to go to the bottom of the shop and then buy this tasty peanut butter cookie. You kind of see it stands out with the blue text. I think it's the only one. And buy that. It's very important to completing the quest. I'm running my big ass out here. I might get aggroed by some angry roller rats. Maybe not. I'm gonna bring up Under actions, the stats window. You can see some basic things going on here, like your health, mana level. I'm only level 3 or 4, which is pretty low. I'm kind of doing like the bare minimum here. I should just see a bird flying around here somewhere. There, it's a blue text. Oh, someone else is getting them. I'll let them get them. I think it's only like a one-time thing. Yeah, when they pick it up, it disappears. But there should be a new one spawning very quickly. Oh, is that angry roller rat Dinah chasing somebody? Oh, yeah, I see it. Come here. Yeah, chase his ass down. Cut him off at the pass. Yeah, if you right-click him, then he'll stop. So you can click him from pretty far away too. If you can't, if you have a hard time keeping up with them. Yeah, it says you want to give Cracker, which is not really a good way to learn this. You just kind of have to know. Oh no. Oh, I don't want to fight that thing. Oh no. Anyway, I should quickly right click on the bird in the inventory and then dump it in the pet cage. I'm pretty sure it will try to like escape your inventory if you just leave it in your inventory too long. Anyway, I actually want to go back there. Yeah, someone wants this sword. I know exactly who it is. There's a, should be a reet here. Very rarely, yeah, you can see remains. Someone will kill this reet, you need to wait for it to respawn. It shouldn't be super long. There's another quest line involved that killing this reet. Here, take my sword. Just kill it. No, you gotta give it the sword. That's kind of like a rare drop. Yep, you're so welcome. And he gave me the composite nano expertise, which is pretty nice. It gives you plus 20 to all your nano skills, which are used to cast these things up here. These nano programs. I'm glad to worry about that right now, though. To deliver the reet back. Oh, I'm gonna get my driver's license. Yeah, this is what you get to leave a reet landing. Let's go back up here and talk to this lady. Be like, hey, got your dumb bird back. They want me to give me that and then the ID chip as well. That's pretty much the end of the tutorial zone. Here's my identification. It's totally not forged at all. And he's gonna tell me to leave here. I can just right click on this terminal. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. And then it dumps me into the mainland. And you can never go back. It's a one-way border. Anyway, the rest of the game from this point on is much less linear. And somewhat harder as well. So if you found this video helpful at all, or if you have critiques about it, let me know. I probably missed some pretty important stuff. Maybe it wasn't helpful, maybe it was. If you're interested in something more maybe a continued series on this, let me know, and I'll consider it.